I want to take you on a journey of hope, soil, sweat, and green leaves pushing back against endless dunes. Imagine waking up each morning to sand in your mouth, to skies that used to pour torrential rains, now whispering dry secrets. This is the reality of many people in the Sahel region. And this is exactly where Ibrahim Traoré stepped in, breathing life into a land many thought beyond rescue. It didn't start overnight, of course. Traoré saw the creeping threat. Deserts inching forward, farmland shrinking, whole communities fighting for water and food. The memories of lush fields and stories told by grandparents contrasted tragically with what young children now saw: barren dust. And emotionally, that gap between what was and what could be became Traoré's call to action. One of the most stirring moments came when he called on all of Burkina Faso to gather, to put their hands in the earth, to plant 5 million trees in just 1 hour. Not because it was easy, not because it was flashy, but because planting trees is a concrete way to say we still care, we will not let this desert swallow our future. What struck many folks is how the campaign wasn't just government officials with speeches. It was mothers, fathers, young people, elders, all of them. Seedlings carried on spades, hands bruised, backs bent, laughter in the dust. And when those 5 million saplings appeared, suddenly there was color in the landscape, hope slicing through despair. Traoré's vision isn't just about trees, it's about restoring balance, about breathing life back into dry soil so that crops can grow, so that children don't have to walk miles for water, so that forests can offer shade, medicine, and identity. He draws on Burkina Faso's legacy, especially the memory of Thomas Sankara, a leader who also believed that forests and green belts are more than aesthetics. They are shields against hunger, against climate collapse, against loss of dignity. The stakes are high. The Sahel has seen more droughts, erratic rainfall, land degradation. Many farmers watched yields shrink or see the land they tilled turn to sand. They felt powerless, watching the hard work of generations erode. But what Traoré offers isn't a promise of instant perfection. It's something more honest, that transformation takes time, that every sapling matters, that community solidarity matters. One of the beautiful things is the emotional pulse behind all this. People who lost hope seeing green buds, kids waiting for fruits from trees they planted, elders telling stories under shade that they themselves planted, dry hands now softened by soil. And in those moments you realize, reforesting land is also about reforesting hearts. Another thing I find deeply inspiring is the scale. The objective to plant 20 million trees by 2025 countrywide in Burkina Faso. It's ambitious, scarily ambitious, but it reflects something vital, a willing spirit, a refusal to accept that the desert wins. Of course, there are challenges. Not every seedling survives. Some saplings die in drought, others fall prey to livestock or neglect or lack of water. Maintaining tree nurseries, building irrigation, protecting young trees, these require constant care. The emotional labor is heavy. When millions of trees are planted in an hour, the follow months can feel slow, uncertain. Still, those moments of tenderness, when a seedling finally takes root, when local folks water trees in dry season, when the land begins to whisper green again, those make the heart swell. Because it shows that even in places where despair once felt permanent, change is possible. Traoré is trying to build more than forest. He's trying to build resilience, local livelihoods, cleaner air, cooler ground, stronger soil. He's trying to restore pride, because this is more than trees, it's reclaiming home. In many ways, what he is doing echoes movements across the Sahel and Greater Africa. The Great Green Wall Initiative efforts to restore degraded lands, plant trees, regenerate soil, build ecosystems that can feed people, not just exist as symbols. What must stay clear in our minds is this: when you plant trees, you aren't just altering land, you are altering destinies. You are giving children shade they might bring into old age. You are giving communities food, health, possibility. You are defying a narrative that the desert is inevitable. There is something deeply human in the act of planting, a hope, a prayer, A belief that tomorrow can be different because we chose to act today. And in Burkina Faso, under Ibrahim Traoré's urging, people are choosing to plant that hope. Seed by seed, tree by tree. When Ibrahim Traoré called on the people of Burkina Faso to join hands and plant millions of trees, it wasn't just a government campaign. It felt like a movement of the heart. Families came out together, carrying small seedlings as if they were carrying pieces of hope. You could see young students digging holes beside elders who had seen the land change over decades. There was laughter, sweat, and a quiet sense of pride in the air. For once, everyone was united by something simple yet powerful: the act of giving life back to their own soil. It was more than planting trees. It was about planting togetherness. Communities that once felt isolated by drought and despair were suddenly connected through purpose. The sound of shovels hitting the dry earth became a rhythm of hope, a shared song across villages. For many, it was the first time in years that they felt ownership of the future, that their hands could actually shape it. And in that unity, in that shared effort, something began to bloom far beyond the saplings in the ground. A renewed sense of belonging, a belief that when people stand together, even the desert can be pushed back. Reviving the Sahel isn't just about fixing the land, it is about healing everything connected to it. The soil, the people, the spirit of the region. When the rains grow scarce and the ground cracks, life itself seems to fade. Crops stop growing, rivers dry up, and villages begin to empty as families move in search of survival. But with Traoré's green vision, a spark of hope has returned. Imagine standing in a place that was once lifeless. Now, little shoots of green begin to break through the dust. The air feels cooler, the wind softer. People start to dream again. Farmers talk about planting, children chase each other between saplings, and the smell of damp earth fills the air after a rare rain. These moments remind everyone that the Sahel isn't lost. It's simply waiting to be cared for. Traoré's approach is not just about planting trees, it's about restoring balance. Each tree becomes a shield against erosion, a promise of water, a step toward food security. Slowly, the Sahel is learning to breathe again. Every root that takes hold pulls the region closer to life, closer to the harmony that once defined its lands and its people. Ibrahim Traoré often speaks with the same fire that once burned in Thomas Sankara, a flame that believes in Africa, has ability to heal itself. Sankara dreamed of a self-reliant, green Burkina Faso, and decades later, Traoré is breathing life back into that dream. There's a kind of poetry in it. One generation planting the vision, another nurturing its roots. For many Burkinabe, seeing Traoré speak about trees, land, and unity brings back memories of Sankara's bold reforestation campaigns in the 1980s. Back then, people were called to plant millions of trees, not just for the land, but for their dignity. Today, that same message echoes once again, that the fight for the environment is also a fight for identity and pride. You can feel the connection between past and present in every shovel of soil, every seed pressed into the ground. Traoré isn't just following Sankara's legacy, he's expanding it with new energy and a deep sense of urgency. He reminds people that the power to transform doesn't come from foreign aid or speeches. It comes from within, from the hands of ordinary people who believe, just like Sankara did, that a green future begins right where they stand. If this story moved you, don't just scroll away. Be part of this new green revolution. Hit that subscribe button to stay inspired by stories that are changing Africa and the world. Drop a comment below and tell us, would you plant a tree for a better future? And don't forget to like this video if you believe hope can grow even in the driest soil.